my dad has transitioned to his next life. And these last couple weeks have been really hard. He was in the hospital and transitioned to home and was put on hospice. I've actually cried more while he was still with us than I have after he had passed. A couple of days before he had taken his last breaths, felt his presence with me like 24/7. Even when I knew he was at home, I felt a sense of comfort, and that really hasn't changed. Hi, Belly. And to be honest, I don't know if it's a sense of shock and denial and still adjusting. There are still moments when I do cry and I do get emotional, but it was honestly so much heavier when he was with us and we were talking, saying our final words. And that might have been a reason why I am not completely incapacitated, because we had 2 weeks where we did talk every single day and we got everything we needed off of our chest. I'm in the place that he created and he loves so much, with the same animals, creating the same videos, coming back to the same people. I mean, it really is like he's with me in my heart, and I don't feel like he's gone anywhere. Look at this. She's literally just laying on me. You silly girl. You silly girl.
Look at this big, beautiful snake that Brian, for the last 15 years, has hand raised. Now I get to carry that torch and continue to share how beautiful Lucy is, even though she's not always in the bestest of moods. But yet I can still pick her up like this and she's not going to eat me. A lot of mentoring over the last couple of years, and I've really learned a lot from him the last couple of years. So this is Shakira, our Chuckwalla, and Brian absolutely loved Chuckwallas. You know, until 2 years ago when we got Shakira, I never even heard of a Chuckwalla, let alone seen one or touched one. But because of Mr. Brian, I've really got to learn and show a love for an animal, or gain love from an animal that I never even knew existed. All of these animals here that we get to take care of and that we love is pretty much an extension of Brian, and just the way that he was so passionate and so loving towards these animals, it really spread on to us. And it's just like, I might not get to see Brian for a long time now, but at the same time, every time I get to touch these beautiful animals, it's really like Brian's still sitting here giving me a hug, and I love that.
That's funny. She's just licking my back of my neck.
It's a special moment.
Yeah.
You don't know, she doesn't really do this with just anybody.
I know. It's like she's giving me a hug. It's like she knows. You good girl.
You can't.
How am I supposed to walk away from this?
So true.
I guess we're doing the rest of the video right here, because, I mean, how adorable is that? Thank you for the hugs. I'll come say hi later. Gabby, you got this?
You got it.
I know.
Before working here at the Reptarium, I wasn't a super reptile nerd. I mean, I always loved animals, but the only experience I ever had was snakes. And through working with Brian, seeing somebody who is just so passionate about reptiles taught me how, you know, with reptiles you can have a fulfilling bond with these animals. Tortoises here, which I definitely love, and they're my little buddies. I take a lot of pride in caring for these guys, even though I've never had a lot of experience working with animals like tortoises, but just seeing how Brian interacted with them every day, it was contagious, and it's definitely, you know, made me fall in love with these animals and learn to appreciate them in a way that I didn't before. Oh, never mind. I love big snakes. They're so great. Snaz is kind of in food mode right now, but I mean, normally he's a sweetheart. I worked with smaller snakes. I've never really had a lot of experience with like Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons, the bigger stuff, anacondas, of course. It was at first a little intimidating, but I love them so much now. And they're teaching me every day how patient. People think that snakes are scary and they're always gonna bite you, and he might have wanted to bite me right there. But that's just because that was my bad. Should have known better. You know, sometimes even with like dogs and cats, like they're more likely to bite you. My cat tries to murder me every time I cut her nails. I mean, Snaz is never, and thank you, Brian, giving me such love for animals that I never knew I could feel this comfortable with, that I never knew I could feel this confident in.
I'm sure you guys know how much this vlog meant to my dad, and how much you meant to my dad. And I'm gonna be honest and vulnerable with you guys, share something that might really make you guys happy. Literally, the last thing my dad was doing before he transitioned was he watched the vlog. Our latest shipment video, where we were getting the shipments, all the reptile enclosures. And that is just something that is really fulfilling and satisfying to know. Ooh, ah. Transitioning life forms, like, there's a lot of fear And I think you have to let go a lot. Sorry, buddy, I scare you. Come back out. And I just wanted to let you know, like, I think that was a message of just him being like, this is gonna be okay. Like, they got this. And that means the world. You know, my dad was a visionary. I am his son, and I got visions too, and I got dreams too. You know, I'm excited for where this channel is gonna go. I'm excited for the adventures that we're gonna take you guys on, for all the animal facts that we're gonna learn together. You know, I may not know every Latin name for the reptiles, or every fact like the reptiles, so I'm not gonna act like I do know. But what I will say is I like to have fun, I like to learn, and I'm excited to meet my dad's friends that he's made throughout his whole life around the entire world. And just like he taught you and you learned from him, well, now I'm gonna be learning right alongside you. I guess it's just Hug Noah Day.
And guys, I know you see us having fun in the videos, and listen, we're still gonna always try to be positive and have a good time, but think that it's not difficult here for us. It's just wrong. It's definitely been one of the more challenging things we've ever had to go through. But we were very lucky to have a bunch of awesome moments with Brian, sitting around the bed with the grandkids, talking about funny stories about our past. I mean, we may not have gotten the miracle of Brian being able to beat this cancer, but we definitely got a miracle in having a couple weeks to tell him how much we love him and hear how much he loves us. And as I'm hanging out with Ben and Jerry, you walk through this place, and this place has Brian written all over it. You know, every enclosure was handpicked. Every single piece of Malawi rock that's on here was hand cut by Brian. And on top of that, to be honest with you guys, I think most of us have been grieving for the last couple weeks. Coming home on hospice doesn't mean more than really one thing. I think ever since that happened, we've all been grieving, and that's why it was such a blessing to have 2 weeks to say the things that most people don't get to say until it's too late. When people pass, it's usually more sudden. Having those extra couple weeks meant the world to us. I know it meant so much to Brian too.
So let's just take a moment, guys. I like to just stay present, so we just get in the moment, appreciate what my dad has built for us, and just remember the positive impact that he's made in your life, in my life, Salt's life. Yeah, physically, he's not going to be in the vlog. He won't be doing the same thing that he's done for years. But I'm telling you, he's not gone. You guys comment, you feel his presence. I know I feel his presence. As I said, like, this is his zoo. His energy is just here. I don't feel alone, and I don't think you should either. It's really hard to explain, and honestly, guys, the emotions are so bizarre. I'm so happy and overzealous, devastated and confused, and I'm crying one moment and laughing the next moment. The zoo and the aquarium's being built, and I'm so happy, and I just wish that he was walking next to us in his healthy version, laughing, smiling. But I know that's not possible, and so it leaves a void. But as I said, I feel comforted feeling his presence.
It was really an inspiration and a dream come true just to be able to work with Brian every day. And something that I think that we should all remember is, like, I know Mike says it a lot, and me as well, we never worked for Brian. We literally only ever worked with him. Everything that he did, he included us on. I mean, countless stories I could tell you of, you know, we went places and we visited and we did stuff where he made sure that we were all a part. It was never just like, hey, I'm Brian Barczyk and this is just my crew. Brian just made sure that we were all welcomed and we're all a family. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I keep that going for all the new people that come and work for us and work with us at Legacy, all the new people that come and visit us here, and all the kids and all the people that I see in these schools and libraries. You know, I'm gonna make sure that I continue to also be an inspiration to them, and we all have a big hole that is never ever gonna be filled. But what we can do is we stay a team and we make sure that we keep living Brian's dream that he has instilled in us every day.
So obviously things are very different here. So yeah, things are definitely different here. With Brian not being here, and I think that it's been kind of weird because, you know, he hasn't been around a lot because he wasn't feeling good and stuff. But I think now that we know that he's not gonna be here, that's gonna take some time to get used to. It's gonna come in waves, you know what I mean? Like, at first it doesn't seem real, but I think the more time goes on and just different times, you know, when the reality sets in, that's definitely the hardest part. Thank God, you know, obviously we're a family. All of us here are here for each other, and that means so much. That will help, you know. He obviously left a really big hole that is never going to be filled, but I think together we can still keep this thing going and make it, you know, even more amazing than what he and I envisioned to begin with. And I do look forward to that, because it was our vision and it was our plan to do all this, even though, you know, Brian's in the forefront and people think it's all him. I 100% was there, and we agreed on everything, and it was our vision and our dream to do it, not just his. I'm, you know, not just here for the ride, and then I get to see this to completion. Not only for us as our family here at the Reptarium, but for all the people who enjoy and get to come, but also for our legacy too of our grandkids, you know, that get to grow up and see this amazing place that their Gigi and Pop Pop built from nothing. And, you know, the fact that we get to share this and this gets to be their crazy thing they get to grow up with. I mean, we were fortunate enough to give our kids a pretty crazy life growing up, not the normal, and it's actually going to be even a crazier life for our grandkids, which is pretty amazing and a special gift that I'm really happy about. And even though this is going to be hard and we're going to have some hard times, there's going to be a lot more good times too.
Some people have been commenting about it's weird about high energy in the videos. Trust me, one of the last things my dad told me is that people don't want to be sad. Keep up the same kind of positive energy, high energy thing. So this was his wish, guys. That's important to know, that he wants that energy up. We're still grieving. We're sad all the time. Honestly, right now, I'm feeling pretty melancholy, and it's hard to make videos. But it's what he wanted. It's what I want. And I want to do it for you, because it is so powerful to hear the countless and countless people, lives that they literally say we saved. We saved their life because we posted a vlog. I mean, how are you not supposed to make videos when it's saving lives?